This Pitch Breakfast video is brought to you by Spangler and Agins, attorneys for Charlotte's startup community.
All right, guys. So we heard earlier that millennials are really bad at saving. And the reason why is that they value experiences, which is spending, more than wealth creation, which is saving. But they have this massive problem, right? Because in addition to that, 70% of millennials prefer to only spend on their debit card. So when they want to go spend on these amazing trips and experiences, they don't have a way of doing so without going into debt. So what we do is we incentivize millennials, or people, to save up for major purchases by giving them rewards from brand partners. So in this way, imagine you're a millennial and you want to go stay at this amazing resort on the beach, but you don't have the funds to pay up front. So what we do is we help you save up $500 over time and then get a reward from the brand partner. So you break a $500 expense into $100 monthly increments, and at the end of that, you get a $100 reward from the brand partner, giving you $600 to spend. Now, this is awesome because it's a win-win-win. For the saver, you're getting extra money, and you're doing it in a way that allows you to have an experience that you wouldn't otherwise have had. For the brand, you're actually getting an incremental sale from somebody who wouldn't normally buy because they don't have the right option. And for Nimble, for us in the middle, we charge a commission to the brand. So we're able to monetize short-term savings in a new way. And that last piece is really cool, but it's also cool because with the brand partners, we're actually able to help them with sales so we can get distribution through them. In fact, we have 6 initial partnerships where they're going to distribute us to their audience to help generate new business for them and actually give us users. This is really exciting. So where we're at right now, we have a fully functioning beta, and we're getting ready to launch in about a month. And to do that, what we need is, well, we need a bigger team so we can get real traction. And to do that, of course, you need money. So we're partway through kind of a bridge round right now of $250K in anticipation to give us an extended runway so we can get that traction early next year and start raising a full seed round. Thank you.
So I might have missed it. Is this an app?
It's an app, yeah.
Okay. You said brand partners a number of times.
Mm-hmm.
Is this Target or Kroger or Sandals Resorts, or give me an idea?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so on a broad scale, it's, of course, we want to have national partners. Our initial target is to go after boutique travel. So this is going to be your resort on a beach, right? So it's not going to be a Hilton. It's going to be, example, I'm from Oregon, so I use Sun River, which is very well known in the Northwest, but it's a mountain in a summer resort that's huge. So with those ones, it's great because they have peak seasons and off-peak. And off-peak, they need help with sales, and they want business from new people, and that's where we can come in and help, and it doesn't cost them anything.
So you might want to be a little clearer about
Sure.
brand partners, since
Mm-hmm.
you're really talking about vacation-oriented brand partners, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how? So if you're working with this resort, and they're gonna market your app to their existing customer list.
Mm-hmm.
And do you think most of the millennials you're trying to reach are already on existing customer lists of these brand partners?
Yeah, that's a great point. So short answer is I don't know. In general, for more of these resorts, they're going to skew a little bit older, but that's only Act 1 for us. So Act 1 is get distribution any way you can for as cheap as possible. So we can improve the platform, learn, and get some numbers. Act 2 is we expand the platform to do things like group goals, bringing on charities and causes. So that way we incentivize people to actually share the app with their friends and bring other people on board. And that's when we start to do more of the consumer marketing. Being a marketplace, you're two-sided, right? So we're trying to focus just on the brand partners, and then we'll expand into the consumer side. But it's tough to do both really well at the same time, especially with a company at our size.
Yeah, I think with any consumer-facing app, one of the big challenges is the 1.4 million apps that have come before you, and the
Sure.
30 or so that are already on the average person's phone, right? So it's how do you overcome that app fatigue, and to download a new app right? There's got to be a substantial value perception there. So how many partners do you want to have live on the app when you go live?
Yeah, so we'll have 6 already, and the key thing there is, how do we get somebody to engage with our platform when they already have so much going on? And that's really where the rewards piece comes in. Because we're going directly to the brand partner, we can get you a 10% reward. Through a credit card, you're going to max out at 3. Through a discount program, you may not be able to find your favorite brands because they don't want to be devalued. We're not devaluing them. We're helping you get a gift card so you can buy them at full cost, right? So what we're doing, part of our value proposition is you're going to get better rewards than credit cards, with the ability to not go into debt, but pay over time. And you're going to get that with the best brands possible, the ones you really want to stay with. Did that answer your question?
For the most part. Yep.
Okay.
I thought you did a solid job on the explanation, but I've heard you give it before, and you painted a much more graphic picture about somebody wanting to save for a vacation. Mm-hmm. They couldn't afford it. You had a solution. So I would say, even in a 2-minute pitch, you want to make sure you spend some good time on that explanation. Okay. Because I think everybody in here agrees, millennials like experiences. So maybe even a tagline that goes along with that to quickly explain what nimble is. Earning your experience or saving for an adventure or whatever it happens to be. I think that might tag somebody because cool. It's hard to save, and having that payoff of going on the great vacation I wouldn't have been able to afford with an extra $100 reward, I think is very engaging. Cool. To get people going. Thank you. You do have a problem with the two-headed market, right? You need providers and you need customers. Sure. So I think that's interesting to have the providers actually try to push customers for you. But I think that's going to be a challenge to build both at the same time, and you can't have one get too far ahead of the other. And those are always. There's a lot of money if you do it right, though. Right. So I think that's important. Yeah, that's about all I had.
Cool. Thank you.
All right, let's go to the audience. Anybody have any questions for Chad? Right here.
Yeah, I'm always curious when people say millennials, like what it actually means. Yeah, confused range, and granddaddy millennial, 34, 35 is very different than a middle-aged millennial, 28, 27, and probably what people normally mean just graduate college. You know what I mean? That's like risk appetite and how they make decisions and like money that they have is very different. Just curious, and also maybe say millennials between the ages of,
Yeah, great point. So to kind of really nail in our target market, so when we talk to customers, when somebody kind of gets into their 30s, they don't maybe need a savings app quite as much, but that 25-year-old, they're earning maybe 50 to 60K, they're on their first career job but no longer entry level. Those are really the people who have the strongest need because they haven't had to manage money before, and they don't have a good system in place, and they do want something that's really easy and engaging. And that's one thing we do. We make it really engaging rather than making you read a bunch of articles or watch a bunch of videos, traditional lecture format, which everybody loves to do, especially when they just graduate college. We try to make it interactive and engaging so that it's just really simplified for you. So to kind of answer the question a little more succinctly, it's more like the 25-year-old as our true target audience, but we've had people who like it, at all sorts of ages on the spectrum.
I think it's funny that people keep saying, millennials don't save because there's something unique about millennials. No, they're 25 years old. They don't have any freaking money. You look back, I'm sure if we looked back at the baby boomers, they weren't all thinking, when they got home from Woodstock, Jesus Christ, I've really got to save more money now. We just all think every new generation is massively different than the one before, and we just stick a different tag on it, and it's really largely the same. It's the nature of the beast of being, post-college and in your late 20s that you don't know what you're doing generally. And so, yeah, these apps definitely have a purpose. Yeah. But I think somewhat to his point, you can talk about the demographic in terms other than just people being millennials, the fact that they're in their late 20s and starting their career and, don't have experience managing their money yet.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it was the psychographic question, right?
Mm-hmm.
So who cares how old I am? The question I was going to bring with that was, what is a yes or no question you would ask me to determine if you could help my problem with your app?
Yeah. Do you struggle to do all the things you want to do in life from an experience standpoint?
Oh yeah.
Okay. And is that reason cost?
Is that what?
Is that part of that reason cost?
Oh yeah.
Is it also include, do you have trouble trying to get other friends engaged in the things you want to do?
Not really.
Okay.
Well, the guy's wearing a Rush. He's
Sure.
wearing a Rush T-shirt. I think we know the answer is yes. He does have a problem with other friends at all.
Yeah, so those are some of the types of questions, and and that takes me, kind of down to where we see some of the long-term growth of this company. It's not just targeted at the millennial generation, but there's this renewing cycle of the 25-year-old is kind of always bad with money. So every year, more and more people come in and they need help. And my background is also in account management and fitness and helping people understand the core reasons behind what their motivations are. And so that's where we see the platform going, is being a lot more interactive actually, and trying to understand you and your goals and aspirations in life, and how can we use your savings account to help you accomplish those. Because those are often the things, it's not the beer at the bar that's going to add a ton of value to your year of expenses. It's going to be that vacation. It's going to be that new pair of skis. It's going to be whatever it is. Buying an engagement ring. Those are the things that add a ton of value to your life that you anticipate and look forward to, and then you get a recurring good feeling when you engage with it. Those are the things we're going after. Those are the stories we want to help people, and then we want to use those, come back to consumers, say, hey, here's what people are doing. Here's the feelings they're having. Do you want to experience that with our platform as well? So that's how we're trying to get those stories first, and then we can market those back to consumers and show them, hey, here's what the platform does for people like you.
So back to what Keith said, bring some of that experiential importance that you just got passionate about into that 2 minutes.
Cool. Yeah, thank you.
Anybody brought up budgeting as something that you're doing? I mean, some people love the word, but maybe it's targeted budgeting, because that's really what you're...
Yeah, is everybody familiar with Mint? Yeah. So we talk to a lot of people who use Mint and then stop using Mint, and I'm in that category as well. And so what happens is Mint's a lot of work for the value it delivers. So we're trying to be smart with budgeting and just break it down. And this is something we'll add probably towards the latter half of next year, is kind of some light financial strategy and some aggregation. I'm just saying, hey, here's where your money's flowing, and here's what it means. If your goal in life is to, buy a home by the time you're 30 or 25, here's what somebody like you with your goals would need to do. If not, here's what you're doing and how it impacts, right? So we're trying to bring budgeting in only in a way that it helps you understand your goals and how to achieve them, not just how to spend an extra $20 less. Because if there's no motivation behind spending $20 less, why would you do that?
You have a target.
Yeah.
I think we have one more question right back there. Kind of dogpile on the whole millennial piece that everyone's coming up with. I work for a little entertainment company down in Central Florida, and they set up a program where you could put money aside to go on a lifetime vacation. This sounds like an even better offer than that, where you're giving a reward. So shooting for people who are struggling with money, it's a good first target, I think. But as other people said, opening it up, if I can get an extra $100 off a $500 vacation, I do it in a heartbeat without thinking about it. You're building on that. So targeting millennials is probably a good first step. It sounds like you've got a plan to grow that over time, to just be the person who's looking to take a little bit off the top of something, whether it's a product or a trip. I'm sorry, is that where you're headed with this?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, we really see, I know saying networking around money is kind of a complicated thing, but we see it as ability to really have a platform that helps people get rewards, not just across vacations, but across other things as well. So yeah, not just for millennials, but for people who, we talked to a lot of people as well. Shared an idea with somebody who's 45, and they're like, oh, this would actually help me. I want to get rewarded for a vacation. Can I use your platform? I'm like, yeah, of course. It's not just millennials, but they're the ones with the strongest need and the most propensity to engage with an app and really go through the process.
All right.
Thank you.
Chad.